Man, you are fully jacked in, bundled with your blanket there.
I am. This is a cold room.
It is the chili.
It is chilly. Our house doesn't have insulation, so
Oh no. Wow.
you know, it is what it is. So one of those cool uh fun facts about old Japanese houses that you wish that someone had told you before you started renting an old Japanese
Wow.
house. Yeah.
Yeet
All
ho.
right. Yeet hose. Speaking of,
Oh yeah, that hoe
Lena
just
just
yeeted.
Lena
Oh,
that oh just yeeted.
Uh,
oh.
And
does she
lightning.
normally do that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's certainly not the first time she's ever shot me with lightning.
Uh, I just got new
Uh,
breeches too.
um, I'm sorry, what?
Never mind. Um,
Have they become singed?
well, of course. Look at him. And there's like holes from the lightning bolts.
Oh, oh, oh.
Where'd she go?
I, I don't know.
I look around to see like how everyone else is doing.
Um, as far as the NPCs go, your big dwarf friend, he seems more or less fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Though maybe a little disconcerting. He looks surprised and slightly concerned. He's sort of just kind of looking around the area right now. Uh, Beaumont is brushing himself off, also seemingly a bit dazed and confused. And Alexander slash Lily is already on their feet, uh, shouting for Lena, but they seem fine.
Wow. The goblins?
Oh, oh no, the goblins aren't up there.
Oh, right, they
Goblins
left.
are. Huh?
They left. They went into the city, didn't they?
But they came back.
Yeah, they probably did.
They came
Yeah, they
back
came
with
back.
Beaumont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, they don't look particularly good.
Oh,
They are. They have put out the fires on their clothes, but they look worse for wear.
yeah.
Because they are low-level goblins,
Right. Yeah, you could have killed him.
and they've just been hit with 19 points of lightning damage. They are not great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to them.
Hello, little friends. Sorry about that. Are you okay?
No,
Oh, um,
we're late. Where blonde lady go?
I I don't know. She seems to have teleported away.
Exploded.
Well, th- sort of, yes. Sometimes when she uses magic, uh,
She explodes.
no, usually not. But
I saw her. I
okay,
saw her explode.
okay, but
It a big hurt. Big hurt.
yes, big hurt. That was very painful. I'm very sorry. As I was saying, sometimes when she uses magic, things become crazy. So,
I saw. We saw earlier in dungeon.
oh, that's right. You did witness it firsthand. Anyway, it seems that's happened again.
So at the mention of explosion, I start looking around for remnants, if you know what I
uh,
mean.
I know what you mean. You may roll an investigation check if you would like for
Okay,
remnants
I'll do this. Oh,
for
I keep on I
bits
reached
and
for my
pieces.
dice, but I don't have to do that. I just click
Yeah, yep,
things. Investigation is what you said.
yes. To find some Lena bits.
uh,
I rolled a 12
Um,
apparently.
yeah, I mean, maybe you're still a bit dazed from the lightning, and it also is quite dark as well. But all the same, you go about uh your normal procedure for when you're investigating for clues, uh, and you are unable to find any pieces, any chunks, any. There's no blood or anything like that that you can find. Uh, you do find scorch marks all through the ground where the lightning arced out and hit the ground. Uh, but otherwise, there doesn't seem to be any sign of her in the
I'll
immediate
walk up to
vicinity.
Thought and I'll just say, she appears to be gone.
Uh, y- yes. I believe that's what she was trying to do, although she didn't say where, so that doesn't really help us.
That's what I meant, like, all of her gone.
Oh, well,
Um,
what did you think? That she was just trying to remove her arm and send it somewhere?
no, no, no. I just mean that whatever happened, you know, didn't leave any bits behind. Um,
Okay.
uh, it's all right. Trust the process. We'll find her. I start scribbling some things down in my notebook.
I don't trust the process, actually.
Mm.
He walks over to Lokun.
Um, I don't suppose you would have any, way of locating her, perhaps?
He looks at you and with big eyes and says, "L- Locating her where?"
Well, you know, you could see through that wall in the temple. I guess I just sort of thought maybe you had some scrying ability of some type. I don't know.
When you're talking about I sensed the magic through that fake wall.
Oh,
Um, I
right.
can't just I can't just see um through dimensions or onto different planes all willy nilly.
Oh, gods.
Um, no, I think well she wanted to teleport. She wanted to move, so maybe she's around here. I think we just look.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'd start walking in a random direction.
Okay. Are you going alone? How are we doing this search?
I'll follow Thought.
Okay.
Okay. Lokun
I,
heads off
I will
into
too.
another direction. You're doing what?
I will follow the others.
Okay. So you
Um,
three are heading in one
can
direction.
I mean, since I think I have the best, ability to see in the dark amongst all of us, um,
You
can
and
I
I
do a
have
basic?
equal dark vision ability.
Huh?
Oh, I don't think
No,
so.
I have Devil's Sight.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's some kind of
shit.
fancy bitch.
Oh, my God.
Ultra night vision.
Mm-hmm.
All right, never mind. I've been bested.
So I'll do a general, um, just investigation.
Okay.
Investigation or perception.
You are. I think you want a perception check here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's with advantage.
It's
Never
with
mind.
advantage, yeah, but the first one is an 18, so I'll just take that.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Oh, hello. Very nice.
Are we all
Wow.
doing perception or
If you would like to,
up to
if
you,
you're
Dan?
looking around,
Okay.
which I assume you are. May as well.
Perception. Oh boy.
Holy moly!
Oh, my
All right,
God.
welcome back to the game. um, so you are out. The three of you are heading in one direction. I'm just gonna say that uh, Alexander Lilly just goes sprinting off into the forest in another direction.
Oh, God.
Beaumont does not move. He stays by the fire. Um, the goblins are sort of licking their wounds, so they also stay with him. And Lokun has also headed off into a different direction. So you guys are fanning out through the forest, into the forest. Um, and immediately you don't see anything in particular. I'm just going to use these perception checks for the next little bit. Um, as you move through the forest, you feel like you have a pretty decent grasp on it. You don't feel like you're missing much. Your senses are heightened with adrenaline of everything that's happened, I guess, and you are you see animals moving through the forest. You see an owl flying ahead of you, and you see all of this movement, but you don't see Lena. Are you calling out for her at all? What's going on? You just
I
walking?
am not.
Okay. I think in the distance you hear Lily's voice saying, "Lena, Lena,
It's
ma'am."
it still cut you off.
Oh,
The
That
first
first
one.
time.
Lena, ma'am, Lena, Miss Lena.
Oh my god.
But you hear it in Lily's voice, actually. Goes, Lena, Miss Lena.
That is so weird. To hear her saying that.
Ma'am. Uh,
We probably shouldn't be shouting out here so close to Crossroad.
well, she doing it.
Also, what happens when the spell runs out and
Oops.
now Lily's alone in the forest? That's not going to be good.
Well, what I'll say is that eventually, after about uh, 15 minutes or so of searching, you don't see anything nearby. You're still kind of fanning out in that direction. But in the distance, with these very good perception checks, I think specifically Thought and Whitmore see it before Nefmir, but Nefmir eventually sees it too. There is a soft golden glow from the opposite direction that is, it's pitch black outside. You can see it fairly well with your very good perception checks. Uh, and shortly after you see that glow, you hear Lokun's voice, and he shouts, where we got that? Where did I write that down? Something along the lines of, got her!
Can I locate the direction of the sound?
Yeah,
His shouting?
it's coming from the direction
Of the glowing?
of the glowing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, then let's head in. Let's go that way.
I think, if you're curious, I
Well,
think you
that was
DM'd me
fast.
on Discord for that, Dan.
Yeah. It might change a little bit, so just roll with me.
Okay.
He's let's see, yeah. So you hear him say, "Got her," and after a few more moments says, "Going back." And that kind of
Can
echoes into your direction.
yeah? Can we follow him anyway? Like we can see
sure.
him, so
Sure.
yeah, let's do that.
I mean, you don't see him.
With the glow.
All you saw was a glow in that direction. Yeah.
Is he running? Is he like teleporting? How does this
We don't know.
Don't know.
how does this movement seem to be?
I think that from this distance, you won't have any way of knowing that because he just said, "Got her," and then said, "Heading back."
Right.
If you'd like to know more, you have to do something for that.
Would you like to know more?
I think in response to the "Got her" and heading back, you hear Lily's voice saying, "Lena!" And then, like, crashing sounds, like breaking through underbrush. Big rustling.
Just gonna run in that direction. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right, you're all heading in that same direction then.
Yes.
All right, I think I'm like again. I'm just gonna continue those perception checks because they are quite good, and the entire idea is searching for Lena, so that it all works here. Um, you're able to find like head in the right direction. The After a few moments, the glow does fade, and it's pitch black again, but you still have your general bearings of the general direction to head to. And it's helped by the fact that as you continue to get closer, eventually you hear Lokun's voice again saying, "Oh, you came to meet me."
Oh,
And you're able to find him, and in his arms is Lena.
Is she unconscious?
She is seemingly conscious,
Huh.
but she is wrapped in a coarse brown blanket, like sort of swaddled like a child. Uh, and she is. Well, this is a different. Why don't you roll a perception check if you want to see how she doing?
I want
This
to
is
see how
D&D.
she doing.
You don't
Oh no.
But you recognize that it's Lena in his arms. Whitmore, you see that she's wrapped in this coarse brown blanket, but aside from that, you notice that she's always had this very long, very flowing, like cloud-like, beautiful hair, and it is an absolute mess. It's frayed and looks like it's been torn in places, and there are some sticks and leaves uh, tangled up in it. Uh, but from what
It's
you can
one
see,
winter.
she looks conscious, though barely.
Let's get her settled.
At this point, you hear the big crashing sounds get closer. I think with your perception checks, you got there faster than she did. Eventually, Alexander, Lena, Alexander Lily bursts through the underbrush and sprints right up and starts like grabbing Lena's face and like looking into it and checking her over.
Alexander, I appreciate your concern for her, but we are rather close to the city. We should try to be quiet.
Alexander ignores you and says, "Ma'am, are you? No, sorry, it is Lily. Ma'am, are you all right? Lena,
Uh,
can you hear me, miss?
Lily?
Uh, nope,
Oh, no.
nope, not right now, ma'am."
It's Alexander still.
Where am I?
With us in the forest.
I don't feel very good.
You don't look very good. So shall we return to the fire?
Lokun speaks up and just sort of like hefts her up one more time and says like, "I think that would be good,"
Okay, we do it.
and starts heading off. Yeah, and I think it's not terribly far. You take her on the way back, and all the way there, Alexander is just sort of like tagging along immediately next to her and is just uh, peppering you with questions, saying, as Lily saying, "Ma'am, are you all right? That was planar travel, was it not? What did you do? How did you do it? Where did you go? How long were you gone? When did you come back? How did you come back? Are you okay? Allow me to
Alexander.
examine you."
Alexander, I'm sure this is very exciting, but we're going to have to give her a minute.
Yes, of course. That would be, yes, of course.
You never
Sorry,
get good
sorry, sir.
information from someone in distress. Let's
Right.
Take a moment.
Yes. Okay. Sure. And eventually you do get back, and uh, Lokun takes her over toward the fire, and as you enter the clearing, Beaumont looks up, and I was gonna say the gremlins look up, the goblins look up, and Beaumont looks a little bit relieved, but seeing the state of Lena, a little bit confused. And the goblins all go, "Oh, blonde one returned. Hi."
Yes, sorry again about all the lightning.
Well, lightning. You know what they say. Lightning is lightning.
That's not what I've heard about lightning.
What have you heard about lightning?
Something about it striking two people or not doing it again. I don't remember.
This one hit many people.
Okay, well, it was magical.
The lightning was lightning. Hit many people. Good damage. Good lightning.
Oh my god.
And all of the other goblins just sort of like nod in agreement. Good lightning. Good lightning.
Never once met a good lightning.
Oh, very good lightning.
So, you enjoyed it, is that what you're saying?
Oh, it sucked. Big suck.
Oh my god.
These guys can't get their stories straight.
Oh my god.
Good lightning, good damage, very powerful, good lady, but suck to feel. Big suck. And the rest are all nodding like, big suck,
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Big suck, what the fuck? And Lokun just kind of ignores them and sets Lena down on the ground by the fire. And just sort of squats next to her and looks down, and his big beard just sort of like plops onto her face, and he goes, "Oh, sorry," and he like holds it up, like holds it next to him, and says, "So, how you doing? Feeling any better now?
She nods a little bit.
Do you need any more juice?"
How much juice do I need? Like, what am I like, you tell me how.
Uh, you're rough. You are conscious, but not particularly conscious.
Okay. Yeah, I'll nod again when he asks if I need more juice.
Yeah, more juice. And he murmurs something and places his hand on your forehead, and you feel just this blast of warmth through your entire body, and you feel quite better now.
Oh, good.
Without rolling anything, it's not particularly important right now anyway. I guess we could. For now, let's just say you feel much better,
Okay.
because he'll do as much as he needs to. He's a hardy boy
Thank
with
you.
much spell slot.
Yeah, I have no spell slot, so I could not do it.
Yeah, I get you. It's all good. And he just sort of like plops onto the ground next to her and says, "Well, that should do it. There's a good amount of juice. Good juice on that one." And the goblins say, "Yeah, good juice, good juice."
What the fuck? What's wrong with them? Oh god.
They
Lena
just like
will look.
commenting on the strength of things.
Lena will look up at Lokun and ask him what happened.
He just kind of looks at you and looks around and says, you, well, you did seem to discharge
You nearly
slightly."
killed the goblins.
Yes, there was that. You
Oh
did.
no.
There was plenty of lightning involved. Uh, good lightning. he looks at the goblin and says, "Good lightning." They say, "Good lightning."
They are
And,
very impressed, so there's that.
there is that. And you disappeared. And we went to look for you. And I happened to be in the area when a well, now that I think of it, maybe not yours. Well, in any case, a portal opened, and two people handed you through the portal to me.
Oh, what did they look like?
Old. I didn't get a good look at one of them. Had a big cloak on, but the other one was just kind of an old lady.
They didn't have any armor on, did they?
Not that I saw. Looked like traveling clothes.
Wow. Okay.
But you know one strange thing? The old one called me by my name, which is interesting.
I'll say.
Yeah. So anyway, she handed you through the portal to me and told me to take care of you, and I have. So, well, who are they?
Well, it was certainly nice of them to bring her back. But that also means this was far worse than I imagined it could be.
They're
Oh,
just
she was barely alive when they passed her through the portal, actually.
Oh,
So,
I meant going to another plane. I
or
was
something.
suspecting that perhaps she had merely teleported in some random direction and we just, find her in the woods somewhere. I wasn't anticipating for her to be in an entirely different plane, or at least require a portal to return.
we know it was
Yeah.
a different plane. Perhaps there's just a extensive underground complex, and we're sitting right upon it. And I abruptly look straight down, squint with a suspicious eye, and scratch
Start
my
digging.
head.
He looks back down at Lena and holds his beard up and says, "So, where did you go? What happened there?"
I don't know, just a lot of falling.
Falling. Oh, is that? Well, that would explain the clothes, huh?
Mm,
And the well, your hair and your many, many, many injuries.
First, there was nothing. I don't know how long there was nothing. And then trees. And I don't know. Someone was there. And then you were there.
Hmm, that sucks.
Mm,
May I suggest not doing that again?
yeah. I guess I'm not ready. I really thought I could do it.
Well, maybe someday. But
I'm sorry for hurting everyone.
well, no one died. So, but speaking of which, it seems the person you hurt the most was yourself, and we really need you for this. I know it's not your responsibility, but we're going to need all the help we can get to close that portal down. So we can't have you dying.
Hmm. Thank you.
Lokun just kind of nods and says, I'm sure you'll get it someday. There's no rush.
And then as she starts to feel better, she starts to. I think she kind of like wishes she's waking up a little bit, and she starts to kind of like cover her face with the blanket.
The blanket is not particularly long, so if you pull it up too far, it's going to become a bit revealing.
I don't think she really. So she tries, and then puts it back.
As she starts pulling the blanket up, you see that she is still, it starts to uncover her legs, which she is still wearing the pants that she was wearing before, but they are just torn to shreds.
Oof.
Feel so bad about my pants anymore.
There's the pants are torn to shreds. There are blood stains all over them. They are no longer pants.
Oh.
They are shreds of fabric that are still kind of loosely hanging on her.
Oh,
I
Launch, do
think
we have a place of safety we can perhaps rest upon for the evening?
Oh, did you ask someone specific?
Oh,
Beaumont.
Beaumont.
Oh, I didn't hear Beaumont. Sorry about that. Um, Beaumont has been watching the entire time and says, "Well, the only real safe place would be in the city, but I will not be able to arrange your entry until tomorrow. Uh, until then, I believe this to be as safe as any other place. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the first danger we've seen here has been her and the lightning, the very good lightning."
she kind of winces at that a little bit.
Well, that's an easy fix. We just need to not do any magic. So, you won't have to worry about that.
Beaumont nods and says, "For now, I believe that there is likely no need for further uh, teleportation of any kind
I agree.
in the immediacy."
Unless, of course, uh, Lokun, unless you wish to, go ahead.
And he just looks up and says, "Eh."
I'm just saying, I'm not going to tell you you can't. Uh,
So the question then becomes, if we're not going to teleport into the tower, then what are we going to do?
uh, well, we may have to go in through the front. Uh, Not sure how we're going to do it without anyone noticing.
Well, as we've already had it established, there's scaffolding and draperies, tarps, things of that nature obscuring the tower itself from the public view. That is all meant to benefit this, the Order of the Silver Flame. But if it's already in place, we may as well take it.
Is that covering the entrance, or is he implying that we
Just the
could remove
whole-
it?
He when Beaumont explained the situation and had Lena make changes to the illusion that she was making, the if you remember, there was a small courtyard in front of the tower.
Yeah.
He specified that the uh, scaffolding and the sheets and whatnot sort of extended out about halfway into that courtyard.
Oh, okay.
So
So
there
the door
would
would probably
technically,
be obscured.
yes,
Okay.
though
So
you don't know
then
what's inside the
Right.
scaffolding.
the next thing
And
we need to know is what sort of silver flame presence are we going to expect beyond that barrier? I expect we'll need to know this before going in. Otherwise, it's just going to be too much of a gamble.
Yes.
Perhaps stake out of the surrounding area. Watch for personnel moving in and out. Anything.
I agree. Any intelligence related to the security detail and scheduled patrols would be very useful.
How much access do we have to the High Cleric?
Beaumont chimes in and says, well, I can tell you that there will be a presence, certainly, inside the scaffolding and outside, but I confess I do not know the specifics inside the scaffolding as I have never been. As for the High Cleric, we have also very little access, as she spends the majority of her time inside of the tavern, the Silver Spoon, that they have commandeered, though she does leave on occasion. What would you like to do to the High Cleric?
Oh, nothing to be doing to. I don't think so.
I don't think we should do anything to her. I'm not sure we can. Someone like that is most certainly powerful in the realms of magic.
You'd be surprised on how terrible some leaders are at actually doing the things they expose. We just shouldn't make any assumptions, I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was wondering if the cleric was publicly accessible, even in just a formal fashion. Try and see what her disposition is.
You would like to seek an audience?
Perhaps.
Well, I have never personally tried, but I suppose that would depend on what you have to offer that would perhaps make them think that you warrant their time.
Point. I have a hard time warranting people's time. Maybe that's not the best idea. Although I think we should keep it on the table. What say the rest of you? Any angles?
Well, I could tell them I have the sword, but I'm certain that would not go the way we want it to. So,
Waiting for Beaumont's reaction to that because we haven't told him that.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
he leans forward and says, "You,
God
you,
damn it. No, can I undo that?
excuse me, you what?" No, I think
Please.
that's a really good. I think that's a really good thoughtism right there. So he's going to lean forward and cement this into the
I'm going to
storyline.
say off the back of that, I can say, well, you're not that deceptive. I could say that I have the sword and get an audience for sure.
oh,
You
that's a
hear
good
Lena-
idea.
You hear Lena like just still in the fetal position on the ground, and you hear her mumble, "Thought you fucking idiot."
It could be conceivable that I could have the sword too.
We all have the sword.
I am Spartacus.
Spartacus, yes. Let's
Oh
see.
my god. So did I hear Lena say that?
Yeah. So was this supposed to be Mitch, were you trying to sort of lighten that blow, implying that that was a ruse, that you don't actually
Yeah.
have the sword? Okay.
Like
Why
I'm
don't
implying
you
that
roll?
it was like thoughts like
Right.
headcanon to have to fake having the sword to get an audience.
Right. Why don't you roll a deception check?
Okay. Oh, keep on reaching for
Also.
dice. Oh, not that
Also,
deceptive.
why don't we have some music happen? I forgot about music. Oh, I forgot about the music.
I could have just added it in post.
Oh, well, here's music now. Okay, fine. You can do it in post. Do
You
it.
do post music?
No,
Okay.
but I could.
Oh.
It's fine. You can play that. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
What do you mean no?
This is better. You can add it in earlier.
Well, then you'll have to give me the track.
No, I don't have it though.
Well, then I can't do it. So
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
It's
put
just
it back
roll
on.
20 music, so.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that coming through? I actually
Yeah.
don't have
It is.
the right headphones. There we go.
It's on.
Okay. Discord was using my headphones, but the rest of my computer was not, so I couldn't hear it. All right. 15. He looks at Thought with extremely wide eyes, and then you speak up, and he looks at you, and he sort of furrows his brow, and then you hear Lena say, "Thought, you fucking idiot," and this little smile creeps across his face, and he says, My. Well, that does change things, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Nothing, just coming to terms with the reality of the situation that I'm in. And for now, nothing more than that.
Nefmir also did say that he had the sword.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to make that an advantage thing, but then Lena speaking up took away the advantage of the situation.
Who's the fucking idiot now?
Give her a break. She almost died.
And almost killed goblins. Ugh.
He just sort of looks around the fire and sort of winks.
What?
Nothing at all. Whatever things I may or may not learn from our work here together, they will stay with me, which is my normal business guarantee, of course, but
He's
on
very
top of
professional.
that,
Very professional.
on top of that, there is the assistance that you have given Alexander. You have nothing to worry. I was just slightly taken aback. And now he is staring pointedly at your scabbard.
Oh God. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna say he's standing where he is, tapping his fingers together with his mouth agape. Because he really doesn't know what the fuck to do.
He made an oopsie. Beaumont breaks the silence and says, well, whatever the case may be, I may recommend, perhaps this is unnecessary, but I do recommend taking more cautionary steps, and I would not recommend drawing that sort of attention to you. If the Silver Flame were to become under the assumption that you held their sacred relic, the symbol of their entire faith, you would not be leaving, I believe. You would gain that audience very effectively, and it would be a perhaps permanent one.
What if we gain the audience by telling them that
We know where it is.
we know where it is
But-
precisely?
We don't have it. Yes.
We could tell him it's on top of that living tree. It was at some point, so, you know.
And even if we did tell them that it was outside the city and managed to persuade them so, there'd be a few less Silver Flame members within the city for us to deal with.
It certainly could be, yes.
I don't think meeting with them is a good idea.
Well,
If
not
they could,
me.
any of us,
Hmm.
if they could charm the mayor and you go in with lies and they realize that you're lying, they could just use some magic to get the truth out of you, whether you like it or not.
That is true.
I want to say that Whitmore should be the one to do it, though, because he's the only one who made the save when we were in Yergul's realm. But it's not a reason to send
Was it
him.
like a wisdom save?
Yeah, you're the
Believe so,
only
yeah.
one who passed it. Everyone
My
else
wisdom
was...
isn't even that good.
Yeah, you just rolled very well, I guess.
Yeah, so you were the only one who could like look around while all the rest of us were just on all fours having an acid trip, basically.
My gosh.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm particularly deceptive either. I have an eye for it, but don't have the tongue for it.
Speaking of wanting to keep certain things from them, I should probably not be carrying anything that they might want, I think, while we're in the city.
Suggesting that we hide what you're possessing.
Yes.
He's having a really hard time with this now.
Beaumont is just smiling softly and says, "Just speak freely. It doesn't matter."
What if perhaps the goblins could be charmed?
The goblins will not be. Do you intend to utilize the goblins?
Well, I don't know.
And the goblins sit up and say, "Adventure? Adventure? Dancing?
Oh, dancing.
Dance?
Certainly
Do
dancing.
you need dancing?"
We might.
Turning back to Beaumont.
I don't want the possibility of any potential harm. So, you know.
There's 5 goblins, right?
There are 5 goblins.
And then there's 5 of us, including Lily, and then there's Beaumont.
Okay.
Ocean's 11, baby!
He is now seriously considering the goblins, though. Like, we could use them as a distraction at some point. They could, like, call
So they
everyone's
could be
attention to
used.
do a dancing routine or something, and everybody would be
Call
like, "What the
everyone's
fuck?"
attention to do a dancing.
Yeah, they're gonna do a dancing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No. But his intention was just, there can't be any leaks here. So. So he doesn't want them to know, basically. What he's getting at.
Why don't you do an insight check
Me?
on the goblins?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Nothing in particular. Go ahead.
All right.
So I was thinking about perhaps just putting it in the bag of holding, but if we're going to possess that, it may not be the best idea, so I'm not really sure what to do.
I don't know anything about this blade. Does it grant you any sort of advantage in combat?
Oh, absolutely. But
And perhaps it's best on you, not.
Wait. Thought you
Well,
have to take it into the tower, that's the whole point.
oh no. Oh, that's right.
Really funny.
That is funny. That is
We
funny.
show up and we're just like, oh shit.
Like, oh fuck! Oh beans! Oh
All
jeez!
beans.
Oh beans! Forgot my dang sword! Oh jeez!
Yes, that's right. I forgot that. Gee, if only we could stash it in some otherwise inaccessible plane and then grab it once we're in the tower.
And that's what the bag of holding is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, a plane that is inaccessible except through magic, that's not attached to a physical object.
That sounds like something very complex and high level.
I think there is a spell that does that.
Probably. Or at the very least, you could just go to another plane, put the sword there, leave, and then when we're in the tower near the portal, go back into that plane, grab the sword, bring it back to this one. But
So I can't teleport from one location to another, but you want me to attempt to go to.
no, I don't. I'm saying it would be great if we could do that.
It would be great. It would be
Again,
great.
just to be clear, what she is possibly capable of doing is the spell
Dimension door.
Dimension Door.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what she can do.
Teleport 300 feet in any direction.
Yeah.
Anything else is an oopsie.
Oh my
Well,
god.
sometimes just dimension door is an oopsie.
Yeah. So far.
Mm,
Well, I guess I have to have it, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, never mind then. No worries there.
The range
Loki,
is 500 feet on Dimension Door.
I thought it was 5.
oh, 500, shit.
Yeah, that's a big ass. Yeah. During this conversation, Lokun just kind of gets up and stretches and says, "Well, I think I owe you all some stuff. So,
Oh, yes, I'm hoping I could possibly get my shield back.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. And in addition to that,
Oh.
your shield is just some metal.
It wasn't just some metal, it had an enchantment of some type on it.
Oh, it did?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
It remembered creatures that I had fought, and the image of them became etched on its surface.
Oh,
In fact, that
wow.
was very helpful when we were trying to figure out that disgusting many-necked thing.
The what now?
In Haven, where we first saw a portal.
Beaumont also leans forward and kind of tense his fingers under his chin and says, "The what now?"
I should really just stop talking.
I think that one's worth talking about. It's not really a secret.
It
Well,
doesn't need
I'll
to
just
be.
give me those-
You have to forgive Beaumont. He deals in secrets, so.
Oh,
The
so if it's
interest
not a
is there.
secret, it's not valuable.
Well, the less people know the information, the more valuable it becomes.
Oh, so many people are dead. Not a lot of people know.
My instinct was to say wonderful, but that does seem a bit cold-hearted.
What the fuck? Why did you say that, Kim?
Don't worry about it.
Lokun just kind of starts gathering up the scraps of the metal and says, "Well, you guys got some other stuff to talk about anyway, so I'll just get started on this guy. I'll see what I can do." And he wanders off a good distance away, and there's a flash of light, and suddenly there is a building.
Yeah, did he summon the temple?
You don't know, but there is a building
Okay.
over there.
I think he summoned his temple. The one we
And
killed
from
the...
inside, you start to hear the telltale sounds of a forge being fired up.
Yeah.
Um, Lena kind of curls up in her blanket as much as possible. She's like trying to cover her skin as much as possible. And she'll kind of be like, back to the matter at hand. If we
You do
want to
have a
get
bedroll
inside.
if you're interested.
And she doesn't want to move around too much because she doesn't want to like expose her markings too much or anything.
Girl, we've all
Okay.
seen your tats. That cat's out of the bag.
Yo, Whitmore hadn't.
Mm.
um, it's in her nature. She just tries to
I
keep them
know.
covered.
I know.
So she says, back to the matter at hand. I think the idea of staking out the tower and seeing who comes and goes from the scaffolding would be a good idea. But Alexander did say opening the door with the scales would require a loud noise, and that means that
Did he?
people will be coming for us, coming to the tower if
Did
we
he say
open
that?
it. Yeah, because the doors are heavy.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it would make sense.
unable.
I just didn't know what you meant by a loud noise. Yeah, it would, the doors are heavy stone, so yeah.
They've been unable to enter the normal way anyway. So if we close the door behind us,
Right. Once we're inside and the door closes, it won't really matter, I guess.
But we have to leave.
That's true. We could
And
jump
for
out the hole.
and die?
they have scaffolding, I assume,
Right,
up to the hole.
right. So
Mm.
we could, yes, we could jump out. Perhaps.
Okay, that's fair enough. Oh, if we do cause a commotion at the tower, perhaps that would be a good distraction for because Whitmore, you're looking for the mayor, right?
Yes, that's my current employment.
I'm not suggesting we separate or anything, but we cause enough commotion at the tower. Even after the aftermath, I'm sure that they would increase numbers at the tower. Perhaps it's a good chance for you to find the mayor.
Assuming
Possible.
he's in the city.
Assuming he's in the city. Or at least, find some information about him.
I kind of assumed that I mean, I'd talk around as much as I could, but I'd have to eventually try and get into the mayor's boat at some point. Try and gather clues if there is, for some reason, less protection there. I This is a general question to Dan. Is the silver flame kind of like the law enforcement of the city, or are they separate?
They are separate. There's a city guard that has been basically commandeered by the Silver Flame moving in.
Okay, so there's like a weakened guard.
I mean, there's the normal city guard. They're not particularly weakened so much as they are being utilized. That's what Beaumont is suggesting. That they have been
Their authority is
annexed.
superseded, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the city guards have been annexed into the Silver Flame forces at the moment.
so basically, if guards from the city would see someone, with silver flame livery on them, they'd more or less ignore them.
You could assume that. That sounds like an assumption that you could make.
So we need to see if we have any allies in that department.
Well, you have one. who's standing right in front of you.
Yeah, but we removed the symbol on the front.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, mistakey.
It was a very good idea at the time.
Wait,
was a
no,
very
are
good
you talking
idea.
about someone who can blend in with the silver flame or someone who can blend in with the city guard? Because those are two different things.
He said the flames livery.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
To be fair, you still have your old armor, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in the bag.
that still has stuff on it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
assume.
shit, it does.
Cool.
Probably.
I'm helping you a lot. I should not.
Yeah, you really
Oh,
shouldn't do that.
what do we know of their like structure of authority? Do we know if someone was impersonating one of them, how much they could get away with?
I'm guessing you don't know much about the structure of their authority here in this city.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
wouldn't really either because I was just an acolyte in the temple.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beaumont doesn't have a lot of information on that particular subject.
Well, I think our first step, regardless of what any ideas that we have, is to stake out the tower and see what we're dealing with.
So, Whitmore, can you wear chainmail?
Is chainmail demon armor?
That's heavy.
Heavy.
Oh, well, I could wear it, but it wouldn't do me much good.
Okay. Because I could give you my silver flame chainmail and then you would presumably look like you were part of the silver flame.
I honestly don't remember what happens if you wear armor that you're not proficient with.
You just don't get any benefit from it.
Yeah, that's kind of that's my thought.
That's
So
my
let me-
thought.
You have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells.
Wow.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
moly.
That's a lot more.
That's a lot of stuff, yeah.
But it doesn't affect any ability checks with persuasion.
Or is
Persuasion,
Perception.
deception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's a possibility. It's in the bag.
It's an idea.
Well, it says you have disadvantage on any ability. Oh, any ability check savings that involves strength or dexterity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is that.
Interesting.
And you wouldn't be able to just like whip it off to get into battle or anything either, though.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
takes
right.
10 minutes to
That's
remove
Doffing,
it?
I think
it's
takes
a
10,
proper
yeah.
doff. Yeah. So it's not like you could just like take a turn and go whaa and whip it over your head and
Yeah.
throw it at them or anything. You'd it takes
Doff me,
that time to
daddy.
take off. Doff me,
Hold on,
daddy.
let me just take like 100 turns to take this
Yeah,
armor
exactly.
off.
Whitmore is in the corner, sitting down, like trying to reach behind his back to like unstrap
Just like
the stuff.
wriggling on the ground. Just like, get it off.
Oh my god.
So just know there is that aspect to it as well.
Also, are you, and I point to like Lena and Nefmir and Thought, your faces known in the city?
very.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
believe-
afraid so.
I believe Beaumont specified that earlier in the Discord conversation
Yeah.
that many people have been told to look out for people of your description, and you stand out fairly well as well.
Me and Nefmir do. Lena,
Yeah,
well, if nobody saw her tattoos,
then maybe not.
then
yeah.
maybe not. And of course
Um,
she has disguise self, so.
Yeah. Lily was also there.
Lily sticks
But-
out.
Lily sticks out, but however now has tails. So
That's true. She does have tails now.
Yeah. Makes her stand out more, but
Yeah.
it's a point against like, well, did that person have tails? Well,
Yeah. She's also not especially persuasive or subtle. Oh.
she ain't gonna help
You
you.
know
Dude.
of any secret entrance to the city, some sort of sewer system, underground?
Beaumont sits forward again and says, let's see. Oh, where did it go? Huh? Shit.
Eh.
Where'd it go?
Eh.
Why is that not there anymore? Okay. He says that there is a. I'll just go here. There is a small fishing port to the east of the city. I have some associates in that port, and they will be able to bring you into the city through the port. You'll be looking for a human woman by the name of Helga Mansplitter, and she will get you where you need to be.
Get on her bad side.
I would recommend against it, in fact, yes. Her name is a given name.
Too bad we can't have Aelgilder airdrop us
Well, you let him go, so.
onto the tower. Let him go? What do you mean?
Yeah.
He said he was gonna go off do his thing.
Yeah, you let him go.
What?
You could have said no.
What? I
Wanna
can't
say
tell
no
a
to a
dragon.
dragon?
Yeah, I can't
No,
tell a
yeah,
dragon
no.
no.
It's like, hold up there, ancient being. You're staying right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna boss you around, you incredibly
fuck
you
powerful
and your
deity.
plans.
After
Dargan.
you have saved our lives multiple times, we're gonna tell you what to do now.
That too, yeah.
So he continues, says, so I have already sent word. She will likely be departing very early tomorrow morning. So if you do intend to enter the city tomorrow, it would do well for you to arrive in the port by sunrise.
I reach in my bag and pull out a disguise kit. And I'm like, well, I can do you up tonight or I can do you up tomorrow morning.
Whitmore searches around in his bag and looks up and shouts, "Weapon proficiency!"
So I just clicked on shit and everything's a link on this sheet.
It
Yeah.
sure is.
um, so it's not perfect, and I'll do my best. But unless anyone has some sort of magics that can cover them, that can disguise them, I have this more material means of doing so.
Dan, did Beaumont inform us that they're looking on they're on guard for people disguised by magical means? I feel like something that was mentioned. Like they're prepared for
There
that
is
or
a
something.
good chance of so what the checkpoints are there to prevent the dragon from assuming the form of a human or human-like creature and wandering through the city.
But that's it?
You need the correct paperwork to move between zones in the city.
Oh, that's not good.
That's what he said. That's why he told you that. That's an important aspect here.
Have I seen this paperwork
Yeah.
at all?
Oh yeah.
I have a forgery kit.
Oh.
Damn, okay.
Yes, I assume that you have needed. Like I said, it's not people are generally stuck in their zones, but if they do have a reason to move around the city, it's not impossible to get these forms that you need. Uh, Basically, it takes about as much as going to an office and saying, "I need to go here to do this," and they will generally give you what you need as long as they can ascertain your uh, identity.
I assume between Whitmore's time in the city and Beaumont's knowledge, I would feel like they would have a good idea of what these certificates look like, right?
I agree. Like I said, I assume that Whitmore has had to apply for these during his time in the city to move around and conduct his investigations.
Problem is, though, they like to know who you are. So, um, since you can't really tell them who you are, and we'd have to make something up about what we're doing, I, I think, at least in my opinion, our best bet would be to fake this paperwork and hope that there's a run-of-the-mill guard that we run it by when we pass through zones.
Dan, this is too hard.
Sounds good to me. It's definitely a good jumping off point, at least. How quickly can you fake those certificates?
Beaumont speaks up and says, "Well, for the time being, my associates can bring you to my location in the city uh, without paperwork.
Oh.
That's all.
But after that, you will be on your own in that regard."
I can, tonight, I can just mock up a few hall passes, as it were, and then in the morning, I can try and at least mute the more obvious features of some of our more obvious friends and try and go from there.
Suddenly, Alexander Lilly just collapses onto the ground.
Can I pick her up?
You can try.
I would like to try to pick her up. I'm incredibly strong.
Roll an athletics check.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick someone up.
Yeah.
She's big
Yeah.
and has many tails.
Yeah.
Tails
And
don't
you-
weigh anything. It's hair.
Yeah, but they get in the way. They
They-
have volume.
It doesn't matter.
Makes
She's
it awkward to pick up.
hefty. And you're deadlifting. Yeah, you're able to lift her up off the ground.
Well, looks like the charge ran out.
Yeah, she is passed out in your arms, and then suddenly her eyes flick open, and she goes, "Ah!" and she flails wildly.
Ah!
I'm instinctually drop her.
Okay. Yeah, she flails, you drop her, she hits the ground, and just sort of like coughs as the wind gets knocked out of her a little bit, and what? Boy time over?
Yes, boy
Done with the
time
boy?
is over.
You do anything good? He looks down at Lena and
Yes.
goes, "Lena, what the fuck?"
It's all right. She's okay now. And yes, our time with Alexander was very productive, actually.
She's not listening at all. She rushes over to Lena and drops to her knees and says, "Do you need medical treatment?" And she whips the blankets open. And,
Lily, no!
and immediately closes them again and goes, "Whoop!" Sorry about that.
That's so funny.
Wait, what happened to your clothes? Did you fight a goddamn tree?
No.
Kind of.
Kind of. Nice.
I didn't say that. That wasn't thought. You know what thoughts
Kind
voice
of?
sound
Nice.
like. Fuck you.
Lena's a little bit embarrassed. She's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, she teleported somewhere.
Oh, nice. So it worked.
Sure. The problem is, I don't think she ended up where she was trying to go.
Well, you live and learn, right?
She is alive. I'm extremely happy about that.
Me too.
And
Good
we
job.
found her, even. In fact, it sounds like some folks opened a portal and passed her through it. So, honestly, an incredible turn of events.
She's just kind of nodding like, okay.
What? Oh, why are you
Yeah.
just okay with that?
Yep. Sounds good. And Beaumont just kind of,
I'm sorry, what? It sounds good. Did you even listen to anything I said?
she's alive. She did a teleport thing, fought a tree, and lived to tell the tale. That's
and
good.
2 random people opened a portal and passed her through it.
Yeah,
back
good
to
Samaritans.
us.
Good Samaritans. Good people.
Extremely powerful ones.
So are we.
D-
We're all powerful here. Except for maybe that one. And she kind of motions at Beaumont, and he just kind of puts his hands up like,
Power comes in different forms, Lily. It's not all whether or not you can cut off someone's head.
he points at Thought and clicks his tongue.
Oh my god.
So anyway, we can catch up on that later. For the time being, I guess I would like to return and not sleep in the forest this evening. So if we could wrap this up just for the preliminary, my part of the plan, so to speak. I'm going to go home soon. So tomorrow, by sunrise, go to the port. Whitmore, I believe you will know where the port is. And you do. You do. He says, so if you would be so kind as to deliver them to the port, and you can enter along with them, and you will be taken to my compound in the city, at which point we can get you a bit situated, including perhaps a change of clothes for. And he looks like he's going to motion at Lena, but then he pauses and he kind of looks at everyone and says, well, a change of clothes, I think. Yes?
Yes. I don't think I'll be wearing this armor into the city.
Well, perhaps that is smart. Perhaps it will get you stabbed. But
Get me stabbed.
yeah, well, I find it much more difficult to stab through metal, personally. In any case, this is the plan for now. Tomorrow morning, you will arrive in the city, in my compound, and it seems like you have a few ideas where to go from there, but for the time being, I would like to sleep in my bed, and I believe that if you are going to get to the port by sunrise, it's probably about time for you to rest as well.
I'd like to spend 15 minutes before we go to sleep to try and forge a few passes.
Sure.
I have a forgery kit like roll, so I don't know if you want me to do that or.
Yep, we will. But we'll get to that in a second here.
Yeah. Before
so
he
he
goes,
just sort of-
I want to ask him specifically. Does he not? I'll just say it as that.
Wouldn't they be suspicious of seeing someone wearing very heavy plate armor coming into the city?
Why?
Heavily armed or protected people entering,
Wouldn't the Silver Flame want to keep extra tabs on them, perhaps?
Well, mercenaries come and go. They do accept work for the Silver Flame after all, so
Hmm.
I
Well-
believe it would not be. Perhaps it would draw an eye or two, but it would not be the negative attention that you seem to be anticipating.
And I suppose I'll leave it on.
To each their own.
Okay.
So he stands up and sort of brushes off his pants and says, "Well, I will be returning then. If all goes well, I will see you in the morrow." And he looks at the goblins who have just been sort of chatting by themselves in the corner and says, "Come on, boys, let's roll." And they get up and shout, "Roll!" And they get up and go running off.
Oh, they're not rolling?
They go rolling.
It's part of their dance act.
Part of their dance act, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so he is leaving with the boys, and you hear Lokun clang, clang, clanging away. And yeah, Whitmore, you can sit down and try to forge some documents. Go ahead and roll your forging.
Three,
I
two,
think it's
one.
gonna. Ooh.
Wow.
That's a. You take a good look at your handiwork and you think, I'm not sure I could have made that much better. Like this
Wow.
this looks like this looks official to me.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'll do.
Awesome.
Though, what did you write on that one specifically?
Oh,
Where
good,
are you
good,
going, and
good
what is the
point.
reason?
What's it? What's like the district of the tower to?
Good
Or like,
question.
yeah.
It's not resident. There are some shops around there too. I guess sort of a uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Market?
Not a market. It's just sort of a common area. Like as far as it's sort of a low class area. It's a mixture of like houses and basic shops. Like across the street, what was it? A tanner
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you talked to? Yeah, and he was operating out of his house and stuff like that. So it's just sort of a mixed district of the lower class area, the
So
cheaper area.
so we're coming in from the port. Is there like a shop in that area that might have?
You are leaving the port area once you go in. Beaumont said that they will take you to their compound, and you know that the compound is in sort of the can I say the shadier end of the upper middle class. If he had to say something like, I haven't drawn any divisions or anything on a map, but you can say it's a different district from the district where the tower is,
So the
but it's
tower
also different from the port.
the tower is in the Plains district. The compound is in the Wind district, and wherever the mayor's office is in the Cloud district.
Is
Is
that a
what you're
reference?
saying. That's a Skyrim reference.
Oh, I don't remember.
You get to the Cloud district often. Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Yep. Okay. Whatever you said.
Okay.
So I just want to reference that we need supplies from a specific shop that I probably have heard of in the district that the tower's in.
Why
Okay.
not the Tanners across the street from the tower?
Sure, I can write. Yeah, make it the Tanner.
And also you would know that people who are not residents of the city need to have somebody basically co-sign them. And you, Beaumont, would be happy to co-sign these things, or one of his people would co-sign for you. Basically, uh, be your what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Cosigner.
Sponsor.
Co-sign. What's that?
Your sponsor.
Yeah, basically your sponsor. Like if anything, if you cause any trouble, it goes back on them. So
What
Yeah.
would I have seen one of these signatures before? Can I just,
yeah,
with that roll, could I have literally just forged like Beaumont's
sure.
signature?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Maybe he wouldn't particularly appreciate that, but
Hey, he's
You
um,
still,
offering.
what he
you still
doesn't know
accept
won't
double
hurt
check?
him. What he doesn't know will not hurt him.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So in the meantime, as you guys are getting ready to turn in for the night, um, Lokun comes out and he just sort of tosses Thought the shield and says, "Oh, that's pretty easy.
Oh, thank you.
You know, all the magic was still, residually in there and whatnot. It was a pretty simple thing to just, reforge the shield itself and then just sort of, you know, put a little extra into it and reinforce the enchantment. And Bob's your uncle. There's your shield. Unfortunately, it is clean. There's nothing on that one.
Oh, well, I would have expected as much. I'm just glad to have it back. Thank you.
Well, you can always, tell it some of your stories.
I can try, that's for sure.
Or wait, no. It's only if I'm lying that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it the stories.
I will tell it the stories. I will sing to it the song of my people.
Sounds good.
I'm kidding.
You can sing in ballad. It's fine.
He's not going to. Are you kidding me?
Alright, fine.
He doesn't do that.
And it's at this point
Plot
that
doesn't sing.
Thought doesn't sing.
He doesn't sing.
No.
The first time he ever danced was in the tower.
Good.
Oh,
So Lokun's standing there saying like, "All right, so you guys are." He asks to be informed of what's going on. You guys tell him that you're moving on tomorrow morning. He says, "Oh, so I guess I've got a big night ahead of me. Tell me what you want." And you guys tell him what you want.
Nice.
The goods.
Nice.
The goods. And the boy stays up all night. Ya boy stays up all night,
Jeez.
making just clanging away.
Oof.
And I think since it is 2 in the afternoon here, I think maybe we will end there for today.
Aw.
As you guys go to sleep with visions of Ocean's 11 dancing in your heads.
Oof.
okay.
Well, Kim, congratulations on not dying.
Thanks.
I have 11 oceans in my head.
Oh God.
Nice.
It's more oceans than on Earth.
Yeah, there's only 7
Ooh.
seas. Kidding. That's probably not true.